a.k.a. Jonesboro, voice of Arkansas Miami Advocacy Council. It's now time for community conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The expressed in this program are participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM.
You want me to go first?
You
want me to go or you?
Sponsors.
KLEK 102.5 FM. Good morning to you on your Friday. It's almost the weekend. You're tuned into Community Conversations. Cable One is in the studio with you. I have my co-host Maleigha Harden in the studio with us, and joining us we got a house full of people today. We have Jerrie Nelson, Tyler Brown, and Maleigha, and I hope I pronounced that correctly, Cook, and they are with the University of Arkansas Cooperative Extension Service, and they've got a bunch of stuff that they're going to talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to my co-host, and we're going to go ahead and get this show started. Oh, well, before we do that, let me do a couple of announcements. Sorry about that. But community announcements, there is a community yard sale that will be Saturday from 6:30 to 11. They will have clothing, shoes, jewelry, bedding, home decor, and many other items available. And more information is available through any member of the Unity 17 chapter of the Order of the Eastern Star. And we have one more announcement. This is from the Arkansas Sonic Boom Track Club. They are having a fish fry fundraiser today. The place will include fish, fries, slaw, and hush puppies. There is a 3-plate order limit for delivery. And information on placing the order is available at the Arkansas Sonic Boom Facebook page. The deadline is 5 o'clock p.m. and you get more information is also available at 501-404-7008 or 870-243-9418 or 870-219-972. Looks like that last number is a 9, or any member of the Arkansas Sonic Boom Track Club. All right, now those housekeeping duties out of the way. Now I should go to my co-host. This will be the Harden.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you all for joining us today in the KLEK studios. I am so looking forward to the information that you have to present. Okay, so we're going to get right into it. We're going to start in some order. We're going to start somewhere. We're going to start with Ms. Jerrie Nelson. Please tell us more about your approach. First, tell us a little bit about yourself and then your program.
I came on with the extension last March.
Okay.
Before then, I guess I've just been all over the place.
Okay.
But ever since last March, I guess I've learned quite a lot in my job. And I have a 14-year-old as well. And so I actually take what I teach and I apply it to myself. Because if I can't apply it to myself, why would anyone else want to? So, and I've applied this stuff to myself. Small changes in my diet. I don't want to say diet. I guess the way I eat. And so, because of that, I've actually lost weight. My son's come off of his medication. You know, it's just been a great testimony, I guess, for me. But I am the FNEP program assistant. FNEP stands for Expanded Food and Nutrition Education Program.
Okay.
And I actually just finished up a program last night with one of our local churches here. And they loved the information that they received. I had so many questions and they were just walking away like amazed. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, you also did a program back in June. And do you foresee doing that again?
We do. Actually, we're trying to plan one in the fall, but I will be doing one again. We're going to try to do it in the spring before everyone kind of hits their summer vacation times. And we actually partnered up with our 4-H agent, and we included the 4-H members in that, and it was a huge success.
Can you tell us what that program was?
Myself, I took the adults, and Maleigha Cook, our 4-H agent, took the kids. And what we did was we started out together, and we did our little physical activity component and did a little bit of introductions and talked a little bit at first. And then we divided the adults and the kids.
Okay.
And the kids, they actually, it was a great time for the kids because they went out into our community garden that we had, and she showed them different things. They picked some herbs at one point, brought them in and used them for the recipe. The adults, we talked about the different parts of the nutrition that we heard that night. They cooked a meal, and then we all came back together and ate. And whenever they took that information, they used it, and they huge lives. So it was just amazing. It was an amazing program. I was just really happy with that program.
That is wonderful. And I want to give the people, the listeners, a little bit more background about the FNAP program. It's about maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle, here's on important factors such as physical activity, healthy eating. And this is something that we all can benefit from. Like you said, you don't want to use the word diet. It's about lifestyle changes.
Right.
Making those little bitty changes that can lead to major benefits.
Right.
Okay. So, also, since you had the program in June and you're working on another, what are some ways the community can get more involved? And are you looking for volunteers?
I could always use volunteers. The way my program works are federally funded.
Okay.
So if anyone is interested in a program, then what we do is we see, what's flexible for theirs, what can work for them. If they have a group that they want, I can go to wherever, like I said, I set up a program at a church here in Jonesboro, or we've done a program at the extension office. So I'm pretty flexible with where it's going to be, and I'm also pretty flexible during time. I've done some programs on Saturdays, I've done some in the evenings, and I do some in the days. It just depends on whatever. So,
and I would like to encourage everyone that's listening. And first of all, what counties?
I do Craighead County, but we have program assistants in several different counties. Just call your local county extension service, and they can tell you whether or not they have that program there. And if not, then the FCS agent should definitely be able to let them know.
I just want to encourage all the listeners, consider starting one of these programs in your church, your community center. It doesn't have to be a church. We have so many community centers right here in Jonesboro that are going underutilized. And so let's make the most of that space that's available. What is the time commitment? Like, some people may feel like, I don't have time to commit once a week or once every so often. Like, what's the time commitment?
We have our program in 8 sessions, but if needed, we can make them an hour out of the programs in 2 hours. It just depends on the time that they need.
Okay. And then of course I would love to eat healthier, but I just don't have the money.
That's right, and I can show them how they do a world of convenience.
Yes.
And so if you think about it, going to the store and buying that bag would be amazing. you have to have that motivation to want to make it.
Well, we'll be talking back again about some other things.
Whatever you want to ask, go for it.
Okay, well, let's just tell people what is the purpose of.
Seven a.m. to 1 p.m. and that is May through October, and it's also open Tuesdays from 12 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. June through September. But the Double Up Food Bucks program is only available on Saturdays.
On Saturdays, okay. And so say someone comes out, where do they need to go? Will there be signage, direct them?
Yeah, it's actually very simple. All you'll need to do is take your SNAP or EBT to the front booth where Mr. Bob Young, he is the ASU Regional Farmers Market Manager. He is there to assist you if he's there. There will be farm market staff there to help you out, and they can walk you through it. It's very quick, very simple. We'll run your card through for you, and basically what it does is exactly what it says. You get double the money, up to $20 worth.
Oh wow, that's wonderful. And so the people can go to the individual vendors and they just decide, who they want to buy from, and they turn in these little tokens or vouchers or.
That's correct, and actually it's one token equals $1.
Okay.
That's what the farmer's market manager will give you when you say however much you want, up to $20. They'll give you, let's say I win, and I had my swiped and I said I wanted to use $20 worth.
Okay.
I would automatically get $40
Oh wow.
worth of tokens. And so like I said, it helps the underserved population to take more advantage of healthy, fresh produce options, whereas, in the past, it really wasn't applicable to that community, and now it's making it more available for them.
Let's interrupt just a second. Tyler, could you just let the listeners out there know just what is the ASU Farmers Market? Because some people may not even be familiar with it or know that it exists or where it is.
Right, sure. The ASU Regional Farmers Market, it's actually a very large venue. It is at the corner of Red Wolf and Aggie, correct? Yeah, okay. At the corner of Red Wolf and Aggie, and it's under a very large, I call it a farm pavilion, but they have some that are under the pavilion, they have some that are outside. They have everything out there from fresh fruits and vegetables to flowers to meats, and they even have some crafts people that are out there. Mm-hmm. It's a very big event, and I believe in the future they're actually looking at expansion of that as well.
That's wonderful.
And while we're on that, we've got something I would like to mention about the Double Up Food Bucks program, is it is only good for produce and plants that produce produce. It can't be used for meats and crafts and other things of that matter.
Okay, well, thank you so much for clearing that up.
Phone lines are open at 870-277-1080 if you have a question for any of these ladies or the gentlemen about the Double Up Food Bucks program or any of the other programs that the University of Arkansas Cooperative Extension Service offers. We would love to hear from you.
Okay. I have personally visited the food farm market before, and I really, really loved it. And it can be very beneficial versus eating a bunch of canned. We don't want to knock, what's available for some people, but eating more fresh, it really is beneficial to your body. So I really hope that people realize that program. How did that program come about?
That I'm not 100% certain.
Okay.
I believe it started in Michigan and just kind of trickled down this way.
Okay.
And our FCS agent, Debbie DeRossett, she had a lot to do with this, working with the farmer's market manager. And by the time I came on in early May, they were already in talks about it. And about the first week I started, they're like, hey, get on this webinar. Okay, fantastic. And so we've been working with it ever since, and I think it's a really great opportunity for the community to really take advantage of healthier food options.
Okay. Well, I really hope that everyone listening at least gives it a try, at least once, and I hope they like it. So I want to move on to another that we've talked about before, off air, the Arkansas Healthy Life. Can you please get into that?
Yes, ma'am. What Arkansas Healthy Life is, the life stands for lifestyles involving food and exercise.
Okay.
And this is a new project for Extension. We were talking this morning about how my position is a little different because Extension traditionally is programs related, and now this is based on a project.
Okay.
So that's what that little acronym stands for.
Okay, so what do you do specifically under this program? Project.
What it is we are working, it's through a cooperative agreement with the CDC, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, and it's geared towards obesity reduction. The sad thing about it is Arkansas is now the most obese state in the United States. And unfortunately, that's, it's the reason I have a job, but, no one likes to hear that. So we're working with them through this cooperative agreement to identify the environmental factors that contribute to adult childhood obesity and see if we can counter those.
Okay. Through your research, have you been able to find out what are some of the contributing factors?
Well, actually what it is that we do is we work with the communities on identifying ways to increase access to physical activity and healthy, nutritious foods. Me, in my position, I don't do really research on what's convenient. We try to identify, the best way to put this is an alternative option for the community. Because we live in a society now where it's just easy to not exercise. It's so much more simple to just run through a drive-through and get something to eat. Yes. So we're trying to figure out how can we make exercising and healthy foods just as available as their counterpart options.
Your program and Jerry's program seems to kind of go hand in hand, or they can go hand in hand.
And actually joined me in some of my programs.
Okay.
So.
And actually what we try to do is we work towards something we like to call PSC, which stands for Policy, Systems, and Environment Change. And when we get into something, we look and see if we can get a policy, systems, environmental change, and if we can't, we see if we can pair it with one of Extension's already existing programs.
Okay. And so, we may have already talked on this a little bit, but what types of strategies are involved in this project?
The three strategies we have are, first, outreach and education, and that one is actually taken care of through all of Extension's great programs that they offer. And the other two that we work off of are increased access to physical activity and increased access to healthy food retail.
Okay. And we're getting ready for a break shortly, but one thing I'd like to see, we know that a lot of people are on fixed incomes or that may receive Medicaid or Medicare. Which there was membership, or I wish there was something that the Medicaid or Medicare system would look closely into, trying to help those individuals that want to become healthier but can't have a regular membership. Maybe it could be something that could be dealt with. I know there's a lot of red tape probably with all that. You would think that they would invest in the preventive care up front versus, okay, after the fact when the person is healthy, overweight, or whatever the case may be, then you're spending more money trying to help get better.
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll get more into this. Just don't want us to get cut off. We're listening to Community Conversations on KLK 102.5 FM with Jerrie Nelson, Maleigha Cook, and Ty.
702771080. We're also live streaming on Facebook and on YouTube, so if you want to post a question, you can as well. Don't forget, I'll be in Mark Tree from 12 noon until 2 o'clock p.m. at Arkansas Early Learning, so be sure to come hang out with your boy Kato Wonder. We'll be back. This is more. Yeah, see? Even I get tongue twisted on that. We'll be back with more Community Conversations on KLK 102.5 FM. Camera's still rolling.
I'm thinking here instead of.
Right, I got so confused in my. I didn't have enough coffee this morning.
Well, as you see, it happens even to the seasoned professional.
This is only my second week.
But I just learned to laugh at myself and yeah, I'm just only gonna eat because I know this in my head.
It's about options, knowing your options.
But this is the only option that's in front of me right now because I gotta run this board.
Yeah, that was the big thing I think with my whole project is they know they're not going to be able to get rid of all the fast foods and everything. So it's like, how do we just make this option available?
That's a good thing though that you said about the gyms and everything, giving them the option.
I used to go to the St. Lawrence. I love it. But unfortunately, you only get a discount if you're like over a certain age. It's like, okay, well, I it's really it's going to make it this year. I wish there was some incentives for someone like you. Their equipment is very user-friendly for my disability. So, and I've seen other people there, like there was a guy in a wheelchair. The machine is like a
Yeah, they have those in physical therapy too.
Over there, yeah, the hand pedals on it.
yes, and so it's very beneficial for people with certain disabilities. And they have one, like it's not a common bike or something. It's not really, you sit, you kind of sit where, and you're either back or it's not like a you're still able to lower, body. So it doesn't give you, it's not as strenuous as if you're on a bike, a stationary bike. It's kind of like you're sitting down and like, I don't know, but I love the different machines that work. I try to do the treadmill because tumor, it makes me work too well. The treadmill, like, yeah, water, and I need a little more. Have you thought
about getting the bowl there and swimming?
I can't get in the pool because I have open wounds.
Oh gosh, I can't do that.
New St. John Missionary Baptist
And haven't found a way to adequately wrap
in
them
Jonesboro is
water.
under the direction of Reverend Ted T. Taylor Sr. Services are Sundays at 11 o'clock.
Are y'all having a good time so far?
One of the things that we do in my program is I do different physical activities each time we meet, and to show the different things that you can do at home to maybe utilize in case you can't afford it.
Okay, the move.
New St. John.
You should talk about the stretch band program you guys do. Because they begin, like once they finish the program, they get their own resistant band.
30 seconds, y'all.
KLK 102.5 FM. Do you like the educational programming that we provide? Do you like the service we provide to the community? Do you like the station to finally call your own that represents you? If so, please stop by or call any of our underwriters or sponsors that you hear on KLK and tell them thank you for their support. The support of our underwriters and sponsors is vital for us to stay on the air. So be sure to let them know that you need them for their support.
And now back to Community Conversation on KLK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to Community Conversations, and we're talking with Jerrie Nelson, Tyler Brown, and Maleigha Cook, all three of the University of Arkansas Cooperative Extension Services right here in Craighead County. Thank you you for joining us.
Thank you. We're glad to hear.
Okay, the phone lines are open, 870-277-1080 from. Mr. Tyler, and we were talking about the Arkansas Healthy Life program or project that he is working with. So, what is the purpose of coalition engagement?
The purpose of the coalition engagement is we want to bring members of the community together to decide on what they think needs to be addressed in their town, their city, their county.
Okay.
Because me and my coordinator and my team, we say this all the time, we're good at making things up.
Okay.
We can sit there and make things up all day long about this kind of stuff. But it's the members of the community that know exactly what they need. And so that's the purpose of the coalition agreement, is to find out the community as a whole wants to get what they want to address. And the purpose of it also is to create a sustainability. Because the thing with this is we're working off of a grant. And as you know, anyone knows, grants inevitably end at some point. And so we can only do so much, but when this is eventually over someday, we want these efforts to be sustained and to continue. So that's the purpose of bringing the coalition together.
Okay. So people can, once they go through the program under the grants that you have been awarded, then they can take this valuable information and implement it further down the line with more groups, their families, or whatnot.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. And another question, what do you mean by increasing access to healthy food retail and access to physical activity?
Increasing access to healthy food retail, it's like we had talked about before the break, where there's unhealthy choices at every turn you go to. Fast food here, fast food there. We won't name specific,
Yes.
but we all know the ones.
Yes.
And we're not out there to regulate, what food is weird. We're just wanting to make healthier foods as easily accessible as the unhealthy ones.
Okay.
We want to give people that option. And it's similar with increased access to physical activity. Everybody has busy schedules nowadays. Our society's it's just how life is. And what we're trying to do is find out how can we increase the ability for physical activity in people's daily schedules that are already packed to the brim.
Okay. And we were talking off the air. It seems that your program and Ms. Jerry's can really intermingle because she talks about the different ways to eat healthier, planning your meals, how to shop on a budget, and she was mentioning exercising at home, the little things you can do. So can you kind of elaborate on that, Ms. Jerry?
Yes, ma'am. The things that we do in our program, we always try to add physical activity component. And I like to kind of shake it up a bit and show that there are different ways that you can get physical activity. And adults need to have at least 30 minutes a day of physical activity to at least maintain a healthy weight.
Okay.
But there are different things that most people don't think of to do. Like, we dance in some class, and that's not my favorite one.
So are you a good dancer?
No, I like it.
What kind of dances do y'all do in there?
Well, it depends. We've done the Casper slide in some of them.
Okay.
We brought out the old school stuff and did the hokey pokey. Whenever I go into my Kids in the Kitchen program that we have for the kids, we do head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Well, you need to get the wobble and the nay-nay.
My son has tried so hard to teach me the nay-nay, and I'm failing miserably.
I'm a DJ and I can't do any of it. I just make people dance. I don't dance myself.
I don't know if mine really have names or not. I just start moving.
You should ask her about our Zoom area.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, tell us about it.
Maleigha County Wellness Challenge, we wanted to have different components of physical activity, so we invited different members of the community that did that. And so at one of them, we invited Morgan in Motion from the library, because she does Zumba free at the library on Monday nights. And so she came and she did Zumba with us. Woo!
That video would never, ever leave our cell phone.
Yes, unfortunately someone videoed it.
I have it
with
on
my
if
phone.
anyone would like.
No.
KLEKFM.org. That's KLEK.org. You can send it to the
Tyler, you have to come back. office with us for a very long day.
Yeah.
Have no fury like a Roman.
And it's not about
Off the rails.
it's not about how you look or how well you can do it. Do it. You know,
That's right.
sometimes you have to step out of your comfort zone because you like it. And it doesn't matter what other people think as long as you're enjoying it.
That's right.
You
That's
know-
all that matters.
In one of the classes, I always use resistance bands.
Okay.
We use latex-free resistance bands, and I give them a pamphlet to go along with that resistance band that they get to take home. And I show them different exercises to use, and they also get to take something home with the different exercises with pictures and how to do it on their own, so that they know that they can use that as, you know, that's a good strength training exercise.
Okay. Well, we definitely, listeners, everyone out there listening, please consider joining one of these programs, starting one of these programs in your church, civic center, community center, or in your home maybe. I don't know. Just find something, get a group of people together, and let's start implementing these wonderful programs that the Extension Office has to offer. Okay. We don't want to run out of time, and so we have Miss Maleigha, who's going to talk about our 4-H program. A lot of people, when they hear 4-H, they think, oh my God, the old school agriculture farming. It has totally been revamped, so I'm going to let Miss Maleigha tell us a little bit about herself and then go into the program.
Well, one of the things I just would like to say is right off the bat is that I am a product of 4-H. I spent 10 years of my life in 4-H. I'm alumni, and it's one of those organizations that, you know, you never really age out of. Right now, I'm in adjacent counties with another agent that I grew up in 4-H. We remember showing calves with each other and being at the county fair, and there's a water bowling fight that I'm sure neither one of us will ever own up to. I really had no part of that, Mother, if you're listening. I'm completely innocent. But yeah, to get back to what you said, you know, 4-H nowadays is so different. It's not the 4-H of our great-grandparents. 4-H is over 100 years old. When it started out with the idea of teaching our youth a little more about agriculture, because then adults, they were working out in the fields, they were working in the factories, they didn't have time to really go out and teach and get our youth involved in learning. So basically what they did is they found some adults that were willing. They created what was called corn clubs and tomato clubs.
Okay.
And the young ladies at that point, unfortunately your place was in the kitchen actually, and you were putting up tomatoes and learning how to can and to provide for your family. And our young men were out there on the farm, and they really were the ones. They were the ones planting corn. They were the ones raising the hogs. But today, it is totally different. We still very much have that component in 4-H. We do have that ag component, but today you can be a dancer. You can be on robots. You can be involved in STEM or performing arts. We have a wildlife club. We'll be hiking Pinnacle Mountain in Little Rock in 2 weeks. You know, so I tell everybody, if you are looking for something to do with your children, please consider 4-H, because we offer a niche for every single person out there.
Okay. And as of right now, how many chapters, well, maybe, in Arkansas, and then, if you can give me these numbers.
Sure.
How many chapters in Arkansas, and how many chapters in Cricket?
Okay, well, we'll start with Craighead and then we'll kind of branch out. We have 11 clubs in Craighead County right now. Yeah. We have 7 of those clubs are what we call community clubs. So they meet once a month. So that would be, for example, like Performing Arts Club. Miss Jerrie Nelson is actually one of our leaders for that club. So once a month, they have projects that they work on. They have an educational component at each meeting. And then they decide they want to do for community service upcoming within the next month or 2. But then we have project clubs, and that would be more like our Wild Side Club or our Small Livestock Club. And those clubs meet kind of on an as-needed basis. Like for Wild Side, we'll be hiking Pinnacle in 2 weeks. We have gone out, we've done the Nature Center programs. So we kind of just take projects and we go from there with the project clubs.
Okay.
So overall, like I said, we've got about 11 here in Craighead. There are 75 counties across the state, and each county will have their own number of 4-H clubs. So you may have have 3 clubs or you may have 15 clubs in your county. You just need to call your local agent.
Okay. So, and that kind of goes into the next question. Like, if someone wants to get a local club started,
Sure.
you call them clubs or chapters? I'm sorry.
We're in 4
clubs. Okay. If someone wants to get a club started, okay, the first step we call the local extension officer.
Absolutely. So what you're going to do is you're going to call your agent. So here in Craighead, that's going to be myself, Maleigha Cook,
Okay.
at 870-933-4565. Let's say if you were in Greene County, you're going to call Lance Blythe, or Poinsett County, you would call Lee Helms Blythe, or Lawrence County, you would call their agent there. So it's just make sure that you call your agent. Once you give them a call, you're going to come in, you're going to meet up with them, they're going to do a quick little interview with you. We do, because we're working with youth every day, we will run a background check, and then when that comes through and you know what direction you want to take your particular club, then we'll get you enrolled online and we can actually start enrolling kids in your clubs, and we'll get a monthly meeting date set up.
Okay, and so we talked a little bit about the requirements. You said most clubs would meet once per month.
Correct.
What are the upfront, the start fee? What are the fees?
There are no fees associated with starting a club in 4-H. If you came to me today and said, hey, Maleigha, I would like to get a Northside club started,
Okay.
you would just come, we would get it set up. Like I said, we get interviewed, but there are no fees, there are no dues associated with it.
Wow, and what are the age limits?
We start out at 5, we call those our Clover buds, age 5 to 7, but then we go all the way up to 19. And that's one of the things that's really fabulous about 4-H is with our older teens, they come through the program and they are so willing to give back and to mentor our younger kids. Okay. So it becomes this really awesome cycle.
Okay, and then what are some other commitment requirements, like traveling, amount of meetings per month and then per year?
Sure. So technically for your club, you have to have at least 10 meetings per year. Okay. What you see is it ends up just really being tailored to the needs of the club. For example, our junior STEM club, they meet every Tuesday at the ASU Museum from 5 to 6. Okay. So they meet once a week. But then you have our Performing Arts Club, they typically meet 1 to 2 times a month. Okay. But then you have my Large Livestock Club, which is really more based out of the Monette area, 8 branches over that club. And they meet on an as-needed basis with the shows. So as far as traveling goes, it just depends on how active you want to be. I always tell people you can be as active or inactive as you want to be in 4-H. We hope you're a little more on the active end of things. Yes, but for us, I just came back with some of our students and members. As it grows and as the world itself changes, 4-H has changed to adapt to the people. That's true. With 4-H, I always tell people it really goes.
Oh yeah, he can't hear because he doesn't have headphones.
So
Okay, the question was, she wants to know if there are any resources for recipes or ideas for someone like myself who is counting calories. She says it's like you all said, it's kind of difficult to find healthy foods. She ended up fixing the same meals over and over. So are there any resources or ideas for like healthy recipes or other places to get food, or just any help at all?
Absolutely. We actually give out calendars that have some great recipes in it. And on the calendar, whenever it lists the recipe, it also tells you how many calories. It gives you the nutrition facts.
And how can she get a copy of that?
If she wants, she can come by the extension office. She can give me a call and I can up with her somewhere.
What's the address and that phone number?
The address is 611 East Washington Avenue. Where Suite A is in the same as the health department. We're just at the other end.
611 East Washington.
And the phone number is 870-933-4565.
One more time.
870-933-4565.
All right, so that for anyone who, such as Ms. Farrell, who would like information on healthy living, recipes, or any of the topics that these fine individuals have brought to us this morning, that is the information. Of course, if you have a question, you can still give us a call, 870-277-1080.
Also, during the program, you sometimes cook, or I will bring food for a tasting and you get a copy of that recipe.
Well, bring some to the studio.
And when you graduate, you get a cookbook with all the different recipes with the nutrition facts in it, and they're all healthy options. And whenever I say healthy, that doesn't mean nasty. That means it's good. So, I mean, there's options. It gives you alternative, for the choices.
And I'm sorry, we're going to get back into some more 4-H questions. But one more question is, Jerry. Like for me, I'm trying to do more non-meat meals because I know how my body responds. Do you have doubts or things on how to substitute?
Absolutely. Whenever we talk about the protein component of my plate, which is what our main goal is to talk about the different foods on my plate, we try to push the non-meat foods, such as plant proteins. Okay. And actually, in the new diet that come out this year, it states that men and teen boys need to try to go to a plant-based protein to get their sources of protein. I don't know why that changed yet. I haven't had a chance to look into that, but I did notice that, and I'm like, wow, that's something new.
Okay. We have about a minute before we go to our next break. I do want to ask Ms. Maleigha, are there state and national awards given to those who reach certain levels in the 4-H club?
Yes, there are. There's a couple of different views that we go with that. If you're looking at it just strictly from the club, as far as what the club as a whole has achieved, we have a state honor club award. So that requires them to keep up with the minutes of their meeting, all of their different activities, and a certain amount of community service hours, so then they can submit that. But on an individual basis, we encourage each of our members to do something called a record book or a record journal, and they actually record throughout the year their project, whether that is citizenship-based or whether that's livestock-based or whether that's performing arts-based or STEM-based. And at the end of the year, they turn that book in, and it has everything in it from spreadsheets that talk about the cost of different items, how much money they've made, their profits and loss, how many hours did they spend on it, education, but then that bleeds over to competition, state and international levels.
Okay, well, we'll pick up with a few more questions when we come back from our break. You're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I'm going to mention one topic, fundraiser.
Although we can, I'd like to put in just what.
But we'll have about, when we come back break, we'll have about 7.5 minutes, 6 to 7.5 minutes.
What is the goal of 4-H in general? What are we trying to do?
Did you share your video? Well, that's fine, you can do it afterwards. I mean, it's still rolling. I saw you had one share, I thought it would have been
Yeah, you mean for the live show? What happened?
Oh, that's what I was talking about. Some of our clubs do fundraisers, and we do fundraisers as a county level typically. And then that money is distributed out through the clubs on a scholarship need
Over the
basis.
internet unless you have initiated contact and you are sure you know who you are dealing with. If your text records are not currently identity theft, but you believe you
Typically, we will try to help reimburse with that, or we will either cover those fees or fundraise to cover those.
Specialized at 800-908-4490.
Like, we have a Raleigh coming up next week, what's $150, but we covered $75 of that.
American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Matters is made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization dedicated to
The community
uncompromising
service
commitment
department,
to
like,
service,
I know
leadership, and power.
do you give them a list of things they give you, they tell you that you
They come together, again, that's a two-tier program that we do. Some things we do as a county, for county outreach, and I'll say this is a project we're gonna work on, and we all volunteer to go do it. Some projects are club-based, so their clubs come together and decide on that community service project.
This is either
volunteer
I'll be in Jonesboro or
people that are not, say, a member of the 4-H club. Do you accept volunteers?
Absolutely. We have to background check all of our volunteers, but I need volunteers as chaperones, I need volunteers as leaders.
Now, what hours would the volunteers be available? 'Cause I know school will be starting back then.
Say that again.
What hours would they keep you available to volunteer? I know school will be starting back then.
You know what? We have found different opportunities that were after school, Saturdays. For example, we have kids that volunteer right now, of course, over the summer. We have a lot of volunteering going on, like helping neighbors food pantry. But then in the winter and then in the summer, our kids will volunteer out at the shelter, at the different pet shelters. We do a lot of food drives. We do a lot.
Well, one thing that I would have an interest in, like, especially on weekends, like when we have the home games, if the kids could like go to the tailgates and just pass out for our events, and you know they can enjoy some food. They'll get free food because everybody be giving away food at the tailgates.
Right. Yeah, that would be awesome. We totally do. And we would love, we'll volunteer and help you guys out. We don't mind to come and help out the church, whatever y'all need. Just get in touch with me.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna definitely give all you my card. I got a couple more.
And before you go, I'll get one of my cards out.
Yeah, I'll save your number because I'll definitely be in touch with you. We'll go grab some more out of the pile.
I'm so happy you came.
If you want before it finishes, we can give the times for the farmer market again tomorrow,
Yes.
just in case they want it.
We definitely follow up with, some reminders and
Thank you.
address, number, things of that nature.
Here is a packet
Let's
of
step out there,
information
so
and my
it's
business card is in
the
here as
last-
well.
Okay.
Farmers market.
I think the last 4 weeks in a row, it's so good.
I've only, at the time that I was only writing up 5 cucumbers, tomatoes, and peas and green beans. And I saw eggplants, and I'm like, now I really want to try
Get it.
eggplant.
So take it, slice it thin, put it under the roller, cook it down a little bit, then put tomato sauce, pepperoni, and Parmesan cheese on it. Eggplant pizza.
A lot of times I'll make either ratatouille with it, or you know how you make chicken parmesan? I'll just substitute chicken with eggplant instead, and it's really good.
Eggplant casserole.
Eggplant, cantaloupes, corn, and tomatoes are the staples I always get there.
I love fresh field corn. Like, I grew up in Marion.
30 seconds.
And so we ate out straight at the garden all the time.
Oh, yeah. I still do that.
Alright, so it looks like we're gonna have about a little over 6 minutes. Two in front of me.
Jerry Nelson. are reimbursed.
We live in a fabulous speaking or demonstrating category. We have 130 members at this point. They get to pick one camp, one 4-H camp that they want to attend. We try to branch out all Tim Huffman, she came to me the other day and she said, hey, we got this great they bring canned goods or dry goods and they actually take it after the meeting. Dry
o'clock noon until 2. About minorities in radio, so don't miss it.
All right.
Thank you guys so much.